everybody! How you doing?
Hey guys, what's going on? Look at this guy with his fucking not lights on. Dumbass. Sorry, no Monday Supermoto Sunday video because we didn't ride last Sunday. The last 3 videos of Supermoto Sunday you saw were like over like 3 weeks, or like that was over like a month and a half, not just 3 consecutive weeks. So it smells like pine over here. I was at the 7-Eleven the other day. My buddy, he stopped in the 7-Eleven to get gas on the other side of town up that way somewheres. I went inside and grabbed like a small drink and a hot dog, which I normally don't like from 7-Eleven, but you know, you'll see why in a second. He asked me, he goes, "Hey, how much is that?" Because he was just thinking about getting one too. And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "What do you mean you don't know?" I'm like, "I don't know, I didn't pay for it." He's looking at me like I'm like, "No, they just gave it to me." He's like, "Why did they give it to me?" I had to go into the story of why this 7-Eleven would give me something for free. And he said it was a really cool story and I needed to share it with you all, and was surprised I hadn't made a video about this once, or had already made a video about this before. And I was like, I've never thought to make a video about this story of what happened to me at this 7-Eleven one day. So let me paint the background for you about this 7-Eleven first of all. Okay, first of all, around here at least, 7-Elevens are typically ran by 3 nationalities, because you know they're pretty much mostly franchises, and even when they're not, you know, the managers just, you know, they stick to their people, the people. So you get typically you have Indian guys, and like really like Indian, like you think, okay, like a mix of like different like sort of Middle Eastern countries. Not like it's Indian. You get the Indian people that run them. You get Vietnamese people. You get Vietnamese people, and then you get oh, hello, cop. You get Vietnamese people and Ethiopian people. This 7-Eleven, just to paint the picture for you, is ran by not only all 3, but there is also a white guy that works at this 7-Eleven. It is the most mashed up fucking 7-Eleven I've ever seen. It's got one of everybody, and every single person that works there, not to sound racist, is like the they're like they're like the extreme of like the stereotype. Like the white guy that worked there was about my age, and he was the biggest fucking redneck, and he was so racist. I used to talk to him, but it was like he was like he was like racist, but not to anybody who worked there. He's like, "No, but these guys are cool, but everyone else is a fucktard." I'm like, okay. Like I almost think he even knew it wasn't that serious, but you know, he was just redneck motherfucker, man. And like the Vietnamese guys, the two main guys there that were Vietnamese, they were like fucking like look like an Asian like shitty cartoon from like the 1920s. It was like, you know, banned nowadays. They have fucking like just the teeth. this one guy in particular. And the other guy, he had a false teeth, so that's why his looked so good. He actually had a good set of jaws, was because they were fucking dentures. Yeah, and like fucking both of them had the hair like the fucking like old bowl cut, like something you don't, like you would see like in a fucking like a badly portrayed movie trying to portray what, you know, an Asian man would look like. It's like, fuck, the Indian guy, yeah, turban on the head, man, the whole 9 yards, dude. And I was like, you know, that alone was just funny to me. The Ethiopian guys, just, I don't know, they just look like Ethiopian guys. They were all pretty normal. And the reason I knew them all so well was this 7-Eleven used to be right next to my old job when I was working overnights at a Sam's Club. It was kind of right up the street. So I would stop in there occasionally, and it was odd times of mornings I was in there. It was right before really rush hour was going to get started up. So like I kind of bullshit around up there for a minute, because I'm just bored, you know, like I'd stop in there just because, like, if I go home right away, like my wife was still passed out asleep, there's nothing to do, you know, you kind of find yourself bored. A lot of times we get off work and we'd all bullshit around together and just hang out for a few minutes, because you really, like, you just run out of shit to do. It's dark over here. I mean, I'm having to drive slow. Oh, I can't see nothing. Put that down. I don't like that at all. They all kind of got to know me a little bit, and I don't want to sound like I'm a fucking weirdo. I was like I was hanging around for fucking hours on it, but occasionally I'd stop in there. I go in there one morning. I remember I'd gotten off work like kind of late, we had something going on, and I think we were shorthanded at fucking work. This is when I worked overnight somewhere. Instead of getting off at like 5:30, I didn't get off till like something really late, like 7 or something. And on top of that, I think I ended up like bullshitting with one of the guys up there in the parking lot for a little bit before I went home. So those two things combined had me up there for a little while. And I ended up going up to the 7-Eleven, and it's rush hour. I didn't really want to be up at that time, but I think I like wanted to get something to drink before I was driving home, like a coffee or something. Like I felt tired. So I walk up, I'm walking down one of the aisles, right? And one of like the 3 aisles, I guess they have at a 7-Eleven, however there's those little 3 aisles. And I walk past this guy. He's got to be in his 70s at least. You know, big glasses, like, you know, I'm sure they're bifocals. I want to say he was wearing some sort of like plaid button-up, you know, like collared shirt, like, you know, a pair of some sort of like khaki slacks or some sorts, you know. He's just, which to an old man I'm sure is just casual fucking wear, you know. And I want to say he's probably about 6'4". He's a tall guy, and he was not fat. He wasn't like a fat guy, but he had an old man gut on him, which you'd have at his age. You know, nothing really bad, you know. But if I had to take a rough guess with those sizes and weights, he's at least 250 pounds, maybe more. Tall guy. And just remember, this is part of the story. And I weigh about 170 pounds, and I'm 6 foot. So I remember seeing him in there. I think we passed each other. I kind of like, you know, gave him a nod. You know, how you doing? You know, whatever you do when you walk past people and you're trying to be sociable. As I was approaching this old dude, now he's bent over on a little end, what do you call them, an end cap. That's what we called my work at Sam's, you know, where you got the aisle, then you got like a little thing on the end that sells shit. It's short. And it was full of potato chips and shit, right? And it had like cookies and fucking beef jerky on top and all. It was fucking snack shit, right? I see this guy, and he's got his hand on the top of the rack. Like it's my other hand. Like, I'm approaching him this way. He's got his hand up on the rack, and he's bent over. And he's bent over pretty far. And I'm kind of like, you know, I figured first, I'm like, well, he's a really tall guy, so, you know, maybe he's just trying to look down and see what's available. So I just assumed maybe he's looking at something. And it did catch me off just seeing somebody that bent over. But I just tried to, I think I just thought to myself, you know, he's just like looking at something. It was right as I was passing him, I heard him breathing. And this is what like set me off that something wasn't right. As I passed him, I could hear him just I was like, okay. And you know, it's like, I don't know, like Sixth Sense shit or what. Like, as soon as I walked past him, I was like right in front of the little hot dog spinning things where they got a little thing. There's like a little, like a little mini shelf right there with nothing on it. You know, it's like the metal surface of the table. I put my drink down, and I turned around, and just the nick of time to hear this, and the dude fucking goes, man. Now, you know what they say about like mothers and shit, like when their fucking kids are trapped under a fucking vehicle or something, you know, and they get like super strength. Look at this place. This place is gonna kill us all. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's got a privacy hill around it, cameras everywhere, and a big fuck off fence, and look at that place. They're gonna kill us. Anyway, so yeah, like mothers get this super fucking strength, right? They can fucking save like their kid. They can pick a bus up off their kid. Well, I guess I have super motherly instincts for old men or something, because I fucking like in one hand, I turn around, I grab this dude, right? I swing over, and like he's falling this way. As I turn and I grab him like this, like just under his back shoulders. Mind you, said he's probably, you know, about 80 pounds heavier than I am and tall. But this is not the only thing he did. As he's falling, he's grabbing the fucking shelf he had, and he's pulling this fucking thing down on top of him with all the snacks and shit. So with my other hand, I brace the fucking shelf. So I'm like, Hah! Like fucking just He-Man this shit. Just like, no thought, just do it. Like instantaneous, like, oh, fuck! And just grab the dude. And this guy just falls back, man. And then, but it's not over. Like, it's fucking, now it's getting for real. Because he falls back, and I hear that breath. He's like, and I was like, oh my god, it's like his soul getting sucked out of him, man. Because his eyes rolled back into his head, and he's fucking all wise. He's still sort of looking like through like his eyes all fucking weird. It looks like he's just staring at the ceiling. I see his eyes like fucking like it's like looks like he's squinting and shit. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, what the hell? And like everybody jumps over the fucking counters. Like everyone who worked there fucking like running to help. Because while I'm still holding the shelf up, everything is falling off the shelf onto the guy. I mean, it's not like it's hurting him. It's just fucking like bags of chips and shit, like little ones, you know, like little ones you have for lunch. But it's still like, he said, I'm holding him, man. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, oh shit. I yell back. I'm like, dude, call 911, call 911. And I'm holding this guy. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Like, you just like I don't know, like you're not yourself. You feel like, it feels like a panic when you think back on it. But in the time, you just fucking, it's not like you're some like fucking hero. You just know what to do. You know, like, oh my god, like we need to call 911 now. I see his eyes. I see he's looking up, man. And I'm like, what is he saying, man? And I see him. He's like, and he's fucking humming she's or whatever going. He's like, he's going in the upper room. I'm like, oh shit, he's gone, man. He's going to Jesus. It's over. Shit. But, alright, that really happened. But he starts like, and like he's just almost lifeless for a minute. I'm like, oh fuck, like this dude's heart just stopped, right? Like I'm literally about to think, do I need to set him down and start CPR? Because I do know like CPR, like, and I'm like, is that what I'm about to do? Like, and suddenly he's just kind of big old breath, you know, he's blinking his eyes and shit. And I'm like, sir, you alright? Sir, you know, he starts. See this? This is pretty. Y'all thought I was gonna get splashed, didn't you? I know the sequel of the timing of the fucking water, man. As he comes to, he sees, you know, a fucking, you know, this Asian, super stereotypical Asian guy. In mind, he's old, so this shit's probably how he thinks people really always look. And he sees this Asian dude, Indian guy with a turban on his head, and a couple different black guys who are Ethiopian dudes, and actually the one of them had some really crazy hairdo. So yeah, he's not a super like exactly a normal looking guy himself either. He sees the redneck guy with his fucking tattoo. He's looking over. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, there's this fucking multitude of people looking at him, and maybe he thought that was, I don't know if he thought that was heaven. Maybe he had the funniest battery. Maybe he thought it was hell. I don't know. He's an old honky. Can't see shit. That scares me. I don't like doing that at night. So yeah, he fucking comes to, he's looking around, he sees all of us standing there, you know, the motley crew of random people, and he's blinking, and the Asian dude, the Vietnamese guy, he's like, sir, are you okay? Can we call someone for you? Do you have like, you know, like a son or daughter? You know, it's like, we're trying to figure stuff out, and he's kind of and we help him up, and yeah, he takes the guy off. I think he gets some like just something to drink, you know, and kind of checks him out, and I'm kind of standing there with the other guys, and I'm kind of helping them throw all the shit back on the shelf, fucking just throwing it all half-assed. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, guys? They're like, oh my god, what happened? They're like, how did you know to do that? Oh my god, you have like fast reason. Everyone's like crazy accents, and you know, all this shit, you know. Redneck guy, god dang man, you gonna turn around, do great, make you rattled up. I was like, dude, I don't know. I feel like it's one of the things anybody would have done it if they were there. Like, you have that, you know, someone told me, hey, this guy's about to fucking eat shit. So, being a hard-ass old man, he probably just thought he had a moment, you know. I think I talked about this in a previous vlog, and he just fucking ignored it, you know. He didn't do anything about it, I guess, because what happened was, I go to leave, and I asked them, where did the guy go? And they start looking around, they're like, oh shit, did he leave? Like, because the other guy had called 911 and told him to sit down, and the fucker left. Somebody else told us, like, he's like, yeah, he got in his truck and took off. Like, what the fuck? And the scariest bit of that is not only for his own safety, he needs to get to a hospital, but he's driving on the fucking road, you know? It's like, guys, this is, and the greatest thing we just let happen. We sort of just let that slip out from underneath us. Fuck them, I didn't work there, it was their fault. But anyway, that's the time a dude almost died in my fucking arms at a 7-Eleven. Every time I go in there now, they're always like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know, and if as long as I'm sure I can't fucking abuse it. I can't go in there and buy like fucking, you know, a 24 case of beer or something. But if I get like a small drink, a Slurpee, hot dog, they pretty much tell me not to worry about it. And yeah, they're pretty cool people. That's the time that me and the fucking all the most super stereotypical versions of every fucking nationality and whatever had an old guy almost die in our hands, and it was a hell of a time. Bye bye.
What you do is you hit that lounge around, look, grab your magazine, and